Preeti Akanksha, could you please introduce yourself and start the presentation from your side?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Vinmay, you can just start the recording. We'll have it on the YouTube. Okay, thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. So, let me present the screen.
Yeah, please a little bit introduction about yourself and what is the topic you are sharing today. Then you can start.
Is my screen visible, sir?
Yes.
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay. So, today is the first day of Begin from Basic session. So, we'll be discussing about basic syntax and application of Python. So, let's start. So, first of all, we should know that what is Python? Why are we discussing this? So, Python is an object-oriented general purpose programming language. So, here comes the term. What is general purpose? General purpose because it has several significances. Because several significances, actually, almost in all kind of almost in every kind of development field, you can implement the Python programming language. And here also comes the term object oriented. So we'll not go in much deep about OOPS concept because there's a lot uh, mm, to discuss about OOPS. But we'll just know the what is OOPS. OOPS concept increases the efficiency of program. OOPS basically give a uh, structured way to implement data. It focuses on object. Object is nothing but a collection of data. How can we implement the data more how can we implement the data? And objects have several methods and attributes. So it basically gives a blueprint to just structure the data. Am I clear?
Yeah,
Can
it's
anyone?
clear, Preeti. Yeah, clear, Preeti. You can continue.
Okay, thank you. So we'll just understand this with an example if it is not clear to anyone. For example, we are talking about a car, any car, either Maruti Alto or Mahindra Scorpio or anything. So it will be an object for us, and we have some criteria called class, and we have a class called class car, and inside that we'll just discuss the properties and methods of Mahindra Scorpio. So, what are properties and methods? Properties are nothing but with the simple names, with the simple English language, you can understand what is properties. Properties are nothing but the color, price, and other criteria for that car. Here is one more example. For example, object. I'm sorry. We have a class called human. Class is basically a very important feature for OOPS concept. Class is nothing. For example, class is a blueprint of object. So we can simply understand from a simple example, like if we want to construct a building or any multiplex. So for that construction, we just need a blueprint or architecture on basis of which we'll construct that particular building. So here also class is nothing but a blueprint for object. Inside class we'll just discuss the properties and methods of that very object. Properties are, for example, here the object has some name, let's say Kalpana, and here is the properties like email address or email her address, anything. And methods will be verification of email or sending mail to anyone. So this is basically OOPS concept. It is nothing, just uh, we just collect our problem, our data in a single structured way. Several object-oriented programming languages are there, like Ruby, C++, Python.
Sorry to interrupt. I think your screen sharing got stopped. Someone else tried and your screen sharing got stopped. Can you try resharing?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Is it visible, sir?
Yes.
Okay.
So
We have
students,
already
yeah, students, please don't try to share the screen. You are disturbing the session, please. So let the speaker speak. Yeah, go ahead.
discussed about OOPS concept. So there are many OOPS programming languages like C++, Python, Java, etc. Why Python? Why are we discussing this? Why Python? Python is easy. It is beginner friendly. It is easy because it is easy to learn syntax in Python, because the syntax in Python are very similar to the simple English language we use day by day. It's very analogous to English language. So the syntax are very easy to learn. It is a free open source. It is an interpreted language and hence easy to debug. So for the persons who don't know what is interpreted language, it is an interpreted language. If you know about C++ and other programming language, we just need to compile the whole program first and then we execute the program, whatever program we have written. But in case of interpreted language, we don't need to compile the whole program we have written at a single time. Instead what it does is it simply executes our program line by line. So in that case, it is easy to debug also for a developer because the program is executing line by line. And the most important feature of Python, why many of the companies are moving forward to Python, is it has abundance of libraries or packages, you can say, like pandas, numpy, scikit-learn, etc. And each libraries gives different features for the developers to just implement Python programming in different fields like data science, web development, etc. It is beginner friendly, as I have already discussed. The syntax are very easy, so it is beginner friendly. Any non-IT person who want to just jump to any programming language, it will be a good option for them to learn Python first. So, and the one more feature is dynamically typed. So Python is dynamically typed. What is dynamically typed? Dynamically typed is nothing like if you know anything, any basic thing about other programming language, you must know that for example, for any data type, we have to just write integer, and then we have to specify the type of data we are using, either integer or string or anything else. But here we don't need to type that data type, integer or float. It automatically takes the value and just implements the um, built-in data type already exists. So efficient. Why Python is so efficient? There is a simple example here. We have to just print a word "hello world," and in Java or any other programming language, I've taken the example of Java. You need to write 3 or 4 lines, or depending on the program, you have to write the codes and just you have to print the particular sentence you want to. But here in Python, simply print parenthesis, and inside parenthesis you can pass anything you want to print. So Python is more easy to learn and more you can say compact language or precise. There are several IDEs available for Python programming. There is IDLE, that is Integrated Development and Learning Environment. It simply installs in your program whenever you will install it. It by default comes in your system whenever you will install Python. And there are other IDEs like PyCharm, Jupyter, PyDev, Sublime Text is a text editor, Visual Studio, Spider, etc. So there are many more. I've just given some of the examples you can use if you want to be a developer in Python programming. Okay. So we'll discuss now some of the basic syntax of Python. So I've already told about how can we print things. I've already shared. Wait. I've already given here the simple synopsis of how to print how we print the statement in Python. We'll discuss it here. For example, if we want to print, let's say, Preeti, we just only use print function. We only use print function. I'm sorry, print function for the same. And inside print, we can print anything. For example, if we want to print 39, we can print anything over here. So anyone who don't know what is this, I have written something after hash. It is nothing but comment. Before discussing any basic syntax, I would like to say something about comment. Comment is nothing, it doesn't execute, it is not the part of your programming language or any program you write. It is just a note, you can say. You must practice while writing your programs. So it is nothing but comment. So here I have just given these brief how we can print the things. But what if we? Am I clear, guys?
Yeah, it's clear, Preeti. Just continue.
Okay, fine. Okay, so let's discuss what is variables. Variables is nothing. Variables is nothing. Whatever variables is just anything in which we store the value. For example, we want to store like wait, we want to store like length equal to 40. Okay, and we have stored the value inside here. Whenever we have to print the things, we just simply write print 49. But what if we have stored a value in something called variable length and we want to print that? We'll simply write print and length and we'll just run the program. We'll get the output over here. Okay. So till now we have discussed how we can print things. But what if this is a one-way scenario? We are only printing the things we want to. But what if we want to take any input from user itself, right? So in that case, what we'll do is we use input function for the same. In case we want the user to give input, we use input function over here. So like here I have already written a equal to input, what is your name, for example. And we want to print the same. We want to print the user input after user inputs the value. For example, what is your name? If we want to print like it simply prints the value it has taken from the user itself. Like user has given the input Akanksha and just it printed the value. So here comes when we in Python, what we how can we take the input from user? There also comes a criteria like print type A. So what is type? Type basically is nothing. Okay, type here I have written the comment. Type basically is nothing. It is something it tells you what is the data type of your input or what is the data type of the value. For example, I have just given here PP. I have run the code. Class string. I'm getting the type of whatever value I'm inputting is class string. So Preeti is string. But what if I have given the input like, again I'll rerun the same program and I'll say, see, I have given the number and I'll just say enter and still it is giving class string. So this is a feature in Python. Actually, this is a feature in Python 3 actually. that whatever input the user will give, the Python will consider it, the interpreter will consider it as string. So in case we want to explicitly change the data type of the input the user has given, we'll just say int. We are changing the data type over here. If in case we want to, for example, we want to a user to give what is your age. We are explicitly changing our data type from string to int, and we are just writing over here int, and we'll just rerun our code. It's very basic of Python. Everyone should know, I guess. Class int. Now it is showing the data type as int because we have explicitly changed the input value earlier only. So here comes the term concatenation. In case we have taken the input from user itself and we want to show like your name is whatever input the user has given. So in this case, how will we do? Concatenation is nothing. Concatenation is something to join. Concatenation in simple words you can understand, to join. So what you will do is here, my mouse. Okay, for example, 67. Okay. See, simply what it does is it simply takes the input from user. 45 I have given the input and it just concatenating automatically your ages, and this comma is used for concatenation in case of Python. This comma is used for concatenation. In case of string, you can also use plus sign for concatenation. For example, here we haven't taken int value. What is your name? Your age is Preeti. So plus sign is used for concatenating string. Concatenation is nothing to join. Any problem till now? I think I'm going slow. I'll go fast from now. Any problem till now?
Any questions, students? Are you able to follow?
Am I sounding very nervous?
No, you are good. Go ahead. Maintain the same pace. I think that should be fine.
Okay, fine. Thank you, sir.
No problem. Students, if you have any questions, you feel free to type in the chat. Team will come back to you. Go ahead.
Okay. So there are two categories of data types here in Python: immutable data type and mutable data type. So immutable data types are the data types which can't be altered after implementation. And mutable is the data type which can be altered. We'll see it with examples. There are three kinds of immutable data types: numbers. In numbers, there are integers, float, and complex numbers, and strings and tuples. Tuple. So here is a simple example of integer. A equal to -1 and print a. So I'll just run the code. I have print the type of a. A is -1. I've given the value -1 to a. So it is showing class int basically. So as I have already discussed that Python is dynamically typed. We haven't mentioned anywhere that it is integer type or anything. It automatically takes the input and just assign the type data type to it. So in case, I'll just give example what is so that you can understand the difference between mutable and immutable. Okay. So for example, I'm writing like print a plus one. Okay. And again, I'm writing print. Okay. So basically, the thing is, I'm just giving you a simple example. I'll just discuss this point later. What is the difference between mutable and immutable? It's like I'm just adding a plus one, but till I'll not assign this value to explicitly, I'll not assign this value a equal to a plus one. It will not see. I'm printing a plus one, it is showing zero. But till I'm not assigning it to a, I'm again printing a, the value is the same, whatever we have already taken, that is minus 1. But if we assign the value like a equal to a plus 1, then see the output. Then we'll see the output. It's 0 because I've explicitly assigned the value to it. I'll go fast. Afterwards, I'll discuss the difference also. Okay, here I have taken b equal to 0.5. I haven't mentioned it is float type. Float is the decimal type basically in programming, float type or anything. I'm just printing it, and I'm printing the data type of it, and it's showing class float. This integer float is nothing but the built-in data types, built-in class, you can say. Okay, and here I've written s equal to lighthouse team, print s. It is simply showing class string. Okay. And in case of tuple are what? Tuple is nothing but you can say random collection of different data types. Okay. And we used to implement tuple using inside this parenthesis basically. Um, So we'll just print the data type of tuple. It's class tuple because we have implemented it inside parenthesis. That's why it has given the it's giving the data type class tuple. Okay. So these are the mutable data types. And mutable data types. Mutable data types are those data types which can be changed explicitly. Which can be changed explicitly. For example, there are 3 types of mutable data types: list, dictionary, and set. So I'm just discussing the basic data types in Python. Okay, so this is the list. List is nothing but a mutable data type. And we just implement the list using the square bracket as we have done in tuple. In case of tuple, we used to write the things inside a parenthesis. So list basically support indexing. List basically support indexing. Here, what we have written is list 1 and 0. So when we are writing like 0, uh, in list there is different elements 1, 2, 2 plus 5j, whatever. So it the indexing starts from 0. So this is at 0 place, this is at 1 place, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4. So when we are writing print list 1 0, it's printing 1, which is at very first place in list. But here there is one more thing in Python, one extra feature. It supports negative indexing. For example, we are writing like -1. minus 1, then it is giving 2.8. 2.8 is the very last element of list. 2.8 is the very last element of list. So here in Python, it supports negative indexing. Dictionary are a group of keys actually, which have certain values. Like here in dictionary is a data type. So this structure is something like we used to implement dictionary inside curly braces, and this is the key. This is the key, and each key has certain values of its own. We can just access these values through these keys. For example, we are just printing dict 2. 2 is nothing. 2 is the key we are just passing inside it, and it will access the value high, which is the value the key has. So see, here we are getting the value high. Why? Because we are just we are just accessing the value the key has. So this is key, and this is the value. The dictionary is basically uh, the keys, and the keys have certain values of its own. Set is, you can say here, set you all have already studied in mathematics also. It's the same over here also. Set is nothing but an unordered collection of values. So here, set in this case, list used to support indexing. Set doesn't support indexing. For example, if you'll write like print set 1 and then you'll give minus 1 or 0 or anything, it will not it will give an error because it doesn't support indexing. Instead, there is one more thing in case of set. We are printing the set over here. It's giving the value 1, 2 and 3. For example, we'll write here 3, 2 and 1, and we'll just run the code. Still also, if we are printing the set, it is giving 1, 2 and 3, because set doesn't support duplication basically. Whatever terms 3 we are having twice, 2 also we are having twice, 1 also we are having twice. So it doesn't support duplication. So in output we'll get 1, 2 and 3 only. If we'll just add 4, 4 has no duplication, so it will add on to the set. So here are some operations on list. I have just mentioned this because I wanted to discuss some basic difference between mutable and immutable data types. For example, I'm taking the example of list and string. I'll take the example of list and string. String is here. Okay. In case of list, I'll give you certain operations we can just do on strings. Okay. For example, we want to say print s dot replace. I'm just trying to explain what is the difference between mutable and immutable. If you'll not understand, please unmute and please speak. Okay. S dot replace team group. See, it is replacing lighthouse team. It is replacing team with group. But when we'll just print S again, it will be the same. It's not changing. Why it's not changing? Because we are talking about immutable data types, and I've already told that immutable data type can't be changed after implementing. So it's a simple basic example. I have replaced team, but until and unless I'll not assign this value to X explicitly, it will not take the value after replacing. Okay, but in case of list, wait a second. Yeah. In case of list, append. There I have taken the example of replace. Here I will take the example of append. What is append? Append is nothing. Append is nothing. If you want to add any value, for example, I'll just here is a list called A, and I want to append a value inside. Append means to add a value, but append function can add only a single value to list. For example, this is a list we are having A, and for example, and there is also one more list I have taken B, 1, 2, and 3, and what here I'm doing is I'm appending a value hello to B dot append and hello. So it will be showing 1, 2, 3, and then hello. So let's see 1, 2, and 3 hello. I'm not writing as B equal to B dot append. Explicitly I'm not just explicitly assigning the value or changing the value, but it automatically changes. The original value automatically gets altered. So this is how mutable data type occurs in Python. So I'll just discuss some basic operations we can do on list. This is slicing. Slicing is nothing. It's just gives us the sliced value of the just gives us the sliced value of the, for example, we have taken the example A. For example, we want to slice a value and we want to want some part of the list to execute. For example, there are 6 elements and we only want 4 or 5 elements from that list. So in that case, in these cases, we used to slice the data or slice the list, you can say. So here I have taken A 1 colon minus 1. So what it will do is it will basically show from 1. This is the 0th index. I have already discussed 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So it will just start the value from 1, execute the value from 1, and a value just before minus 1. Minus 1 is the last element of the list, and it will execute the code from list from 1th position, that is coding, and whatever the value we have given after colon, that is minus 1, it will just execute the value one value just before that very element, like minus 1. So it will execute till A, B, and C, this tuple. Okay, this is a collection, and list is a collection where I have taken string also, number also, float value also, and this is a tuple. A, B, and C is a tuple. Okay, so here see, you can see the execution. I'm getting the execution from coding. See here, I'm getting coding 1, 3.14 ABC. So it is giving me the sliced value. It is not executing, it is not showing 56 and PT, the first and last element of the list. So this is what slicing is. Extend is nothing. Here we have appended a single value to the, using append function, we can add only a single value to the list. Using extend, we can add multiple values to the list. This is the difference between append and extend. They both are used to add the value to list, additional values to list. Insert is nothing. Using insert, you can just insert the value. For example, b dot insert. This will insert the coding this value to the position we have given. Like it will insert the value coding to the first position, that is 0th index. And pop is nothing. Pop is used to remove the element, remove that very element from list. Hope till now it is clear. I have just discussed some data types and operations we can just do on data types. I can't cover all the topics, but hope it's clear till now.
Yeah. Any questions, students? Any questions so far? Are you able to follow?
Yes, sir. It's clear, sir.
Yeah. Preeti, if you can give a quick summary of the topics, overall topics you discussed. So from 3 p.m. onwards, Abhinay can start.
Okay, I'll just go fast and I'll discuss the applications now.
Sure.
Just okay, sir. So I'll just go fast now, guys. I'm sorry, I'm going slow, I guess, and I can't cover all the topics in a single session, obviously. So okay. So this is some kind of control statement I'll discuss. This is very common in all the whatever I have discussed till now. They are all very common in case of all the programming languages. They are same actually, but there are some key points I have discussed which is different in Python. I've tried to discuss. Here's a control statement. Control statement are of three types. Control statement are nothing. It controls the execution flow of execution actually. So I wanted to discuss one thing. In Python, brackets are replaced by indentation. If you know, in other programming language, we use curly braces for condition. For example, if a equal to 0, and this is the condition we used to give, and inside this we used to write print whatever statement we want to print. But here in this case, Python actually replace this curly braces with indentation. Indentation is nothing but the four blank spaces. For example, in case of this if statement, control statement are three types, guys. If statement, else statement, elif statement. Basically, these are the three types. If statement, in if statement will give the condition. If this condition inside the parenthesis is true, it will print the statement in the if block. Indentation is nothing. It is the replacement for the curly braces we used to curly braces in other programs we used to write. So if a is equal to true, the value of a is 0. So this condition is true. It is just printing the if statement. In if else statement, it just prints. If the if statement is wrong, it will not print the if block. Instead, if it will print the else block. In if else statement, this control statement is used when we have multiple conditions. For example, if a equal to 1 is wrong, it will go in elif. It will check the elif block. If this condition is true, it will go inside the elif block and it will execute this statement. And if this two or there can be multiple statements, multiple conditions. If all the conditions would be wrong, it will execute the else block. It is simple. It just controls the flow of execution, checks the condition, and on basis of condition, it executes that very block. If is correct, it will execute if block. If is wrong, it will execute else block. Nothing else. Loop are also kind of control statements only. They basically tries to shorten your code. If you want to just want to print the numbers from 0 to 5, in this case 0 to 5, in that case you have to print each time. You have to write like print 1, print 2. In this case, it simply what it does is it gives a condition, and till when the condition is here, I have given a is less than 5. Till when this condition will be true, it will print this statement, and it will in next step it will just alter the counter, increase it, and then it will go to the condition again. If it will check the condition again, if the condition is true, it will again execute. So it basically shortens the block of code, and it loops around till the condition is loops inside it till the condition is true. Yeah, okay. There are two loops, basic loops, while loop and for loop in Python. For loop is the same. For loop is like for I in range 10. Range is nothing. Range is a function. And for loop is more compact in comparison with other loop like while loop. And you can simply write for I in range 10. The range starts from 0 by default. We don't need to write like 0 comma 10. Instead we'll just write 10 and print I. It will automatically alter the value and it will automatically alter the counter, update the counter and goes till 10. So here we have printed the value 0 to 9. So nested loops are nothing. We can also use loops inside loops. Here is a single loop I have used. Nested loops is nothing, but here's a flowchart for nested loop. It will start initialization. If the condition, this is the outer loop, if we'll just mention one loop inside another loop, it will check the condition of the outer loop. If the condition will be false, it will stop there and then and there. If the condition will be true, it will go inside another loop. And if the condition it will check the condition of inside loop. If the condition of the inside loop will be true, it will just execute the program, whatever it will execute that block, update the counter and again checks the condition of outer loop. It will move till the condition will be true. Where the condition will be wrong, it will just stop executing that very block. Okay, so there are many more like function and classes. Classes are nothing. Classes are very important feature for OOPS concept. Basically, I can't discuss. I guess I can't discuss in this session itself, but I'll discuss the applications. I'll discuss the applications. As I have already discussed, Python has many applications, many broad applications Python has. So I have already discussed that Python has abundant of libraries, and that is the, I guess, key factor why companies are moving towards Python, right? Python has in any case of development, in any kind of development, you can implement the Python programming. Here I have given some examples, like if in case of graphical user interface, there is a package GUI package having TK module. So using those things, you can just implement graphical user interface. You can use Python in case of web development. There is libraries like Flask, Django, etc. So you can use web development over there. Data science, for data analysis, data modeling, there is Pandas, data visualization, there is Matplotlib, etc. These are the libraries Python is having. There are many more. I have taken just few examples. For artificial intelligence, as we already know, machine learning is a subset of artificial intelligence. For machine learning, there is scikit-learn, Keras, SciPy. These are the libraries which gives these are the libraries which basically gives exposure to machine learning and various kind of scientific calculations, you can say. For game development, there is also Pygame, etc. So I guess you can say that in almost all kind of development, you can implement Python programming. And Python is an open source, and that's why free open source, and that's why it has several advantages. I've already discussed about Python applications. It has several applications and it is very easy to learn. Okay, there comes a question: should we choose Python? So I would say yes, you can choose Python to take up your career, as it has tons of real life applications actually. So it will be a good choice for any developer to move towards Python, because actually it is the most demanding programming languages nowadays. So these are some of the companies which uses Python Python currently. So YouTube, Google, Dropbox, NASA, Netflix, and NSA. So these are these few companies, few sectors which are using Python currently. So thank you, guys. Thank you. I guess I'm done with all the topics. There are some topics I had prepared, but I guess I'll not be able to cover in a single session. So,
Sure, we can have a next session, Preeti, no problem. Yeah, any questions so far, students? Any topics you want revision or you want Preeti to go through again? Nagaraj has a question. What are the applications of Python in non-IT sector?
okay.
You try to answer that.
Anyone else can answer this because I have discussed whatever applications I have discussed. It's like IT based only. For example, I have discussed about web development. I have discussed about machine learning. They're all IT based fields, you can say, and in real life examples, application in application case, I can say a few examples like website development, chatbots, etc. You can just develop using Python. But this question, like non-IT sector,
Maybe kind of agriculture. How can Python help build applications for agriculture sector? Kind of that question, I think so.
but basically, obviously, in different fields, there are different technical backgrounds. For agriculture, also, you need technical support or IT support. But there comes like he is asking non-IT sector.
Yeah, sectors may be a non-IT, but whatever the
More
tools they
technical
use are
support is
related to IT
needed
only.
everywhere. Exactly. Tools and technical support is needed everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's kind of IT only. Yes,
Yeah,
and
IT is there
obviously in
everywhere.
every
Yes.
sector, yes, in every sector there is IT.
Yeah, I think that answers. Okay. If there are no further questions, can we ask Preeti to close her topic? Any questions coming up so far? Okay. I think no questions coming up, Preeti. You can summarize. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Okay. If you have any closing notes, you can just convey and you can hand over to Abhinay.
Okay, sir. I'll just actually, I've discussed about different libraries Python is having. I can't show you everything, but I have recently, I'm just trying to learn using tkinter package. I'm just trying to learn graphical user interface. I guess very recently I have started this. So here I have mentioned also for GUI tkinter GUI package. So I'll just share one thing. This is the code I have written. Okay. And using Python itself, complete Python itself, I have just tried discovering this. Not discovering, I've just tried this. Okay. So this is a simple graphical, this is a simple GUI interface. Like, okay, this is a simple GUI interface I have developed using Python. So I thought this would be okay if you. Hello, am I audible? Am I
Yes,
audible?
yes.
Okay, I've just shared that kind of graphical user interface. Was it visible?
Yeah, it was visible. So if anyone wants to have the code or the slides, you let us know in the Telegram group. We will be sharing, or we'll have somewhere hosted, and we'll give the link.
Okay, so that's why I shared, because you can just get a synopsis of how you can discover more in Python. Actually, I am also a beginner only. So, okay. And shall I conclude the session or just conclude the topics if you want the synopsis of all the topics I've discussed?
Sure, you can conclude.
Okay. Screen sharing was stopped, I guess. Okay, I've discussed about some introduction part of Python. I've discussed some introduction part of Python. OOPS concept, I've just given a brief synopsis about OOPS concept. Why should we take Python? It's easy to learn, abundant of libraries. I've discussed about that. I've discussed some basic IDs for Python. If you're a beginner, you can just go through it and just start developing in Python or start learning the programming. And I've discussed some basic syntaxes in Python. Uh, some basic data types. There are two categories of data types: immutable data type and mutable data types. I have discussed the types of data types and some of the operations I have discussed. We can just perform on list, which is a mutable data type. I've discussed the types of mutable data types, which is list, this dictionary, set. I have giving a simple example and difference between string and list. Operations of string and list. I have discussed the difference between mutable data type and immutable data type. And I have discussed the control statement. I think I was fast in discussing this. I have discussed the control statement, which basically controls the flow of execution. I have discussed the loop we use in Python, and these are the topics I have not discussed. Function is nothing but a block of code. We Function is nothing but a block of code. For example, we are just giving we use def keyword to use implement function, and implement function to you can write the block of code. So okay, these were the things I wanted to discuss. Anything. Class is a very important feature in case of OOPS, object oriented programming language. So the okay, I have discussed nested loop mechanism, and I've also discussed applications of Python and the libraries you can use in those real life applications. Developing those real life applications. These are some of the companies which uses Python, and that's it. That was the topics I've discussed today. That's it. Is
Okay. Thank you, Preeti. That was indeed very simple to understand and very useful presentation. So,
I hope so. If there would be any mistake, please pardon, because
that should
this
be
was my
fine.
first presentation. So
Students will understand, no problem.
okay, sir.
That was
Thank
very
you.
helpful. I understand it very well. That's nice. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay,
Yeah, okay, sir.
okay. So with that, can I ask Divya to introduce Abhinay and Abhinay to start the session? Okay. Abhinay, am I audible to you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Can you just try sharing your screen and test? Then you can start a little bit introduction about yourself and topic you're going to start today.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
So once you're comfortable, you can start your presentation. Stage is yours.
1 second, sir. I will start.
No problem.
Hello everyone. I think I am audible. Wait, let me just share my screen. I think my screen is visible. Can anyone tell me whether my screen is visible or not?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay. Okay. Let me start my presentation. Hello everyone. My name is Gnana Pinay. I am currently studying my computer science undergraduate at VIT AP. I am in third year. I hope you are all in the same batch of me. Okay. Today, as a part of a sandbox project lead, I and Preeti would want to discuss some basics and some technical support for non-IT guys. This is our main agenda for conducting this group of sessions, and even more group of sessions are coming ahead. Please stay tuned. Okay, coming to the main point about IT. Can I think for example, I am an IT guy, and you are a non-IT guy. What I will tell the things where IT and non-IT guys gets differed. I hope you all know majors and minors in your in your college education, right? Wait, let me tell you. Yeah. This is the sample minors given by our college, our university as a part of minors. For example, if I am a computer science student, if I want to get an minor in an electrical or mechanical, I have to study these core subjects. Which are very necessary to say that you are an electrical guy or a mechanical guy. These are the very core subject which they have defined that these are the main these are the least subject which you can gain knowledge regarding the electronics or mechanical. When coming to computer science, there are only few subjects. Apart from these 5 subjects, I think only object oriented program is a bit difficult. Apart from it, these remaining 4 subjects are like your hobbies, kind of a thing. Yeah, they won't really stress you much. uh, these are only 5 topics. If you try to get grip on these 5 topics, you can then I am telling you that you can confidently say that you are also an IT guy. Okay. Wait, if you want, you can note of it. I will, or else I will keep it in the slide. Okay, coming back to my presentation. Oh my, sorry. Okay. This is the flow chart which I have drawn to explain complete detail about IT guys. I'll go through this, and later I'll start with the. I will begin from the end. I'll try to come to the computer. Okay. First of all, an IT guy, his basic weapon is a computer. If you want to describe it, I want to describe it as a weapon. If you want, if I want to tell that, if not, suppose if I take a civil guy, I will take his construction tools as his weapons, or his armor. In the same way, I would like to tell that for an IT guy, computer is his main weapon. So he mostly he deals with the software kind of a thing, and software gets divided into 2 types, and one is system and application. System is the part where all these other things get all these other operations you can perform. To perform this application kind of thing, you need system. So there are various roles. If you want to be an IT guy, there are various roles which you can nominate in each of these. So for basically, if you want to run an application, you need system. The first in the system also, there are 2 types of systems. One is single user and multi-user. the single user is currently not available. Currently, all the systems are running in multi-user. I mean, like Windows, Linux, Mac, and all. This MS DOS is a very old operating system. I won't get much deeper into it, but for knowledge sake, I am just kept an example. Okay, coming back to application, um, like you all know that even in our mobile phones and the system will install apps, right? Even after Windows 10 update, even Microsoft Store has provided with many various apps. For example, if we see Candy Crush in my laptop, even the same things can be played in your mobile also. Yeah, these application features are were also introduced in the systems. And coming to the application subcategories, like there are two types: package and language. I mean, one thing. I mean, is the picture sufficient enough to? Sufficient enough for your eye reading? I mean, can I increase the size? Can anyone tell me? I mean,
No,
is
no,
the
it's okay, Abhinav.
okay?
It's okay. It's easy.
Okay, then coming to packages, it's like normal softwares which you use it in your system. Okay, currently our main agenda is regarding this language. I will tell detailed about. I will tell. I will discuss detailed things about this, and later on I will cover this whole entire window as one part. Okay, this when compared to language, there are three types of languages available. Now we are dealing with only high level language. This first one, in high level language, there are also four types. Not like four. It's not like an official definition, but to understand the things, I have subdivided the topics. Don't misunderstand. Okay. One is structured C, which doesn't have any object oriented capabilities. This comes into very theoretical manner. Like for example sake, to consider it as a C for unstructured example. When coming to oops, it is like object oriented programming. There are various languages available like C++, Java, Python, and all. Most of them use nowadays they are using Python, but I won't say that Java is most important than Python, but it is like a secondary thing you must learn. And one more thing is a database. This programming style is different when compared to these two. When compared to, if you want a detailed example, for example, it is like if you are filling a Microsoft form or a Google form or a blog form, what the thing which you see was replicated by programming. What the things which we do after getting the data, we use this database language thing. I'm not saying about scripting. I'm just explaining the things. The front end kind of thing can be implemented based on this oops and scripting languages. But at the back end, you have to use this database language to modify or to sort your data. SQL is a major language which use it for database, and for scripting there are various languages available. Most of us know HTML. It is the skeleton of the scripting language. So I stated HTML here. Okay, let me go directly into the agenda here. Java. Okay. Like in the movie said, Java is simple, but it is very powerful. Even I will tell the same thing. I will not say that it is simple, but it is powerful. Okay, this is Java is an object-oriented, class-based, concurrented, secured, and general-purpose computer language. It is widely used in robust technology. Okay, this is all the theory kind of thing. Object oriented whole definition Preeti has explained you very clearly. I won't get much deeper into it. I will straight away go into the Java programs and all. But one small history behind this Java is this Java inventor was James Goslings. He was the inventor of the Java. First, initially, they named Java as Oak. I mean, yeah, in front of Gosling's office, there was an oak tree. So all the employees in the Gosling's office stated that why can't we name our project as Oak. Then later on, they have improved their Oak project as in version 2. They released a new project. For to name the new project, they had a very big discussion, but they finally end up with Java. I mean, in general offices, coffees and teas are available, right? So in Goosling's office, there was a special coffee offered there. So that coffee was imported from Indonesia. So they named this their project as Java. This is the small history behind Java. So even you can see the symbol also like stating coffee and the flavor essence. Okay. First of all, to get into programming, the main thing which we need to understand is the algorithm behind it, or the things which are running at background. The simple definition of algorithm is a process or a set of rules to be followed in calculations or other problem solving operations, especially by a computer. In simple words, I mean, this is the definition given by Oxford. This is the best definition which we can use. But in our native language, we can describe it as like a process. Not yeah, yes, process. I'd like to call upon one of the non-IT volunteer. Okay. Any non-IT volunteers here? Anyone? Ha, Nagaraju. Yeah. Hello, Nagaraju.
Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
Hello.
Hello, Nagaraju.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Hi, Abhinav.
I will ask you some basic questions. I'll try to answer. What is your, branch?
Yeah, I am from mechanical engineering.
Okay, then. I would like to tell you, prime numbers, right?
Yes.
The prime numbers and composite numbers, which we had learned in our schooling. Now I will try to demonstrate you with a prime number algorithm. Okay. Can you tell me how can we determine the particular number can be a prime?
Yeah, prime number is a number which is divided by the number itself and 1.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. So, if someone asks you to write, you can unmute yourself. You can turn off your mic. Thanks, Nagaraju. If someone asks you how to write a prime number program, irrespective of the language, what the thing which comes to your mind is the algorithm. So so if you are a non-IT guy or an IT guy, you have to think in the same process. First, you have to think of the algorithm, and then you have to, if the algorithm was efficient and correct, then you can go for the coding part. Actually, the coding part was very simple. Even without any basic knowledge also, you can try to code, but the main thing is the algorithm behind it. So as Nagaraju said, prime numbers algorithm, so we have to build that algorithm first before solving the code. Main thing, okay, first thing he said is like, we have to suppose if we consider a number 4, we have to check whether it is divisible by I mean, if we get the count of the divisible numbers of 4, we should not access the code by 2. I mean, the count by 2. Why? Because for the prime number, for example, if we take 2, the count will get as 2. Only one can easily divide 2, and only 2 gets divided by 2. No other number can divide 2. So in the same way, for the remaining numbers also, only 2 count must be there to eligible as a prime number. So here we will think that we have to write the code in such a way that if it is divisible by 4 more, I will take 4 mod 2 equals to 0, something like this. Sorry, the mod symbol. In such a way, we have to understand the algorithm, and then we have to find out the code of it. I mean, we have to find the count of it, and then if we compare the count is greater than 2, then we should not state that it's a prime number. I think you can understand the logic behind it. So as a small example, I have taken prime number. Okay, wait. Basic programs. In today's session, I will tell you 3 simple basic programs which anyone can implement. One thing, though, I mean, wait. Yeah, this is a Java Tea Point, famous Java website for reference. Here, I will take up some of the basic programs for you. I will teach you today regarding this. First, okay, Fibonacci. Okay. Fibonacci is not a big program to implement. There is a very simple logic behind it. It is like, for example, if you see this, the whole structure of the seeds will follow a sequence. I mean, like in the center itself, we cannot find the seeds which we have in the outer layer. So in the same way, the number of seeds which are available here, we cannot find the same number of seeds in the inner circle. So there was a sequence which constantly get updated and gets added to the next inner level. Okay, it is the basic code is like initially there were 2 numbers, 0 and 1. If we want to find the next number, we have to add the first 2 numbers. Then we'll get the third number. We'll get 1. Okay. For example, if we need to get the second number, what we have to do is we have to add the next 2 numbers to get the third, the fourth digit. Like it is like a sequence. For example, here I have added 0 and 1, so I got 1. So to get the next number, I need to add this 2 ones to get 2. And next, if I need to get the next number, I need to add the previous first 2 numbers to get it. This is the simple logic behind it. This is the sample code. Before telling you the code, I think you had understood the logic behind it. Yeah. Can anyone tell me that you understand the logic, or can I repeat it again?
Yeah, it's clear,
Yes,
Abhinay. Just continue.
Okay, thank you. Oh, okay. Now coming to the coding thing, as I said before, coding is not a big task to implement. what you need is a syntax to implement in one particular language. For example, if it is a Python, you will get very less number of codes to get executed. But whereas in Java, you have to write some extra lines to get the same syntax level as Python. When coming to this programming thing, there are 5 rules. First one is yeah, every line which you have implemented must be ended with a semicolon. That is the primary rule. Every line must be like the code which you will write must be in a small letters. For example, this is the sample code for printing a hello world program. One second. I don't know whether it is not executing or not. Sorry, guys. Okay. Okay, wait. Let me run my manual Java compiler. Okay, I will tell you how to run a Java code. If you have suppose if you are a beginner, if you want to write a Java code and to execute it, first of all you need to get any sample text editor. In every computer we can get easily the Notepad, which is freely available which gets default by installing. I will just use the Notepad itself. Yeah, after opening the Notepad, you have to write the code. And the third most important rule while writing a code is you must be specifying a class or like void main. That is the main statement which the code the compiler the compiler will start executing from there. If we had a big code, the code gets code gets executed by void main itself. If there are many classes and many objects, even though the starting point will be the void main, or in different languages there will be different statements. Like in Java we will call it as public static void main. In other words, we can say it is a void main. Okay, like I will tell you this sample Java document class. I'll name it as test. Yes. Okay, this is the basic syntax for writing to execute a Java code. Whatever the code which you are specifying must be in the void main. For the beginners, if you are well good at in Java, then you can explore the methods and inheritance concepts and all. For now, you understand that whatever the code which you are implementing must be in the void main. Okay. Let me tell you that printing statement. Dot out dot. Okay, this is the syntax for executing a printing command in your Java command line. Whatever you write here in this, it gets displayed on your command. In your execute terminal. Like if I write. Have written the code. If you want to execute it, you have to save this file differently. Like here, you have to name the file name which you have given in your class. I mean, like whatever the name which you have given for the class, the same name must be specified here. Like I have given test here. So yeah, to execute this Java command, I have to give the test here. Let me check. I don't have any other duplicate documents. Okay, I don't have any duplicate. Okay, test. After that, you need to specify .java tag. So to recognize this file as a Java, you need to specify .java tag at ending. So then the compiler can recognize this is a Java file and it can be executed in a Java compiler. Okay, let me save it. Okay, it's already exists. Where it is? Okay, I'll replace it. Let me open my command prompt. Okay, if you want to open the command prompt, you can press Windows plus R and you can type CMD here and press enter. You can get your command prompt. Okay, if you want to run the code in the command prompt, first of all, you need to specify path. If for that, you need to install your JDK. That JDK file can be available in Java, I mean Oracle site. You can download it and install it. Wait, let me show you. After installing, you can get a Java folder in your program files. You have to go to Java folder and and you have to navigate to bin. After navigating to bin, you have to copy the location thing to specify the path. I am copying here. To specify the path, you need to enter path, which states that this thing is like showing the way for the compiler. Like it is like showing the way. Path space, you have to give the address. I have to end it with the semicolon. Okay, your Java address has been registered. If you want to check it whether you have given a correct path, you can type Java C and press enter. If Java Java instructions were visible, then you have specified the correct path. Okay, in the same way it will get display you. Okay, to run the command, you need to move your command prompt to the file which where it has to stored. In my case, I have stored the document in desktop, so I need to navigate to desktop first to run the file. So cd is a inbuilt command. Cd is a command which will direct you to the specified location if you whichever you types after it. Type cd desktop. Sorry. Okay. Now your command prompt has come to desktop. Now you have to give if it is in any other folder, even then you have to navigate to that particular folder and you have to execute it. If the file is on desktop itself, you can directly you can run it. Java C is the here C represents for compiler. One second. Yeah, then you have to type your class name ended with a .java extension. Here, if you have any compilation error, then it will show you in between the next executable line. For example, let me do one compilation error. I'm rerunning it. Here you can see an error which I didn't close the class tag. In such a way, the error gets appeared. So, for example, if you use any IDE kind of a thing, these small errors will be notified then and there itself. If you are a Notepad user like me, then you have to run it and check for the errors. I will prefer a desktop itself. Even Now in my lab sessions also, I am using the Notepad codes itself. Okay, let me run it. For running the job, I mean, it is like compiled. If it is compiled successfully, then you can run the file. For running the file, you need to specify Java, and now you should not specify C here. Why? Because I said C is for compiling. Now you can directly specify Java test. Now you need not to specify .java extension also. It got it got tested. Oh, sorry, 1 second, I didn't compile it. Okay, now you need not to specify .java extension for running. You can see Hello Sandbox. In the same way, if you can execute your own code. I mean, you understood the logic, right? For the Fibonacci series. So this logic, first two numbers, to get the third number, you need to add the previous two numbers to get the third number. That's the only logic behind it. This is the sample code. I mean, this is the code for a Fibonacci. If you want, I can explain you in detail. Here I am declaring the integer variables and which I will be using in my code. Here n1 represents my first number, as I said. Here this 0 represents my n1, and 1 represents my n2. Okay. Here n3 I need to find out. So I am not. So I don't know whether which value I'll get in n3 place. So I am just declaring my n3 variable and leaving it aside. And then I and count. Okay, leave this all. Oh, sorry. Int n1 equals to 0. Int n2 equals to 0. Now I need to get the third number, right? So I won't specify n3. I'll just declare it and leave it aside. Now to get the n3 number, I need to add n1 and n2 to get the third number, as I said. Okay, I have saved it. Now let me compile it. I don't have any errors. I ran it. You don't see the output because you didn't printed the n3 value or n1 values. You just you just ran your own code, but you didn't want to see the code. So if you want to see what was executing in the code, you need to use the printing statement for it. I'm consuming a lot of time here. Sorry for my mistake. You can see one here. In the same way, if you want to get the, if you want to get the sequence of a number, if you want to get a sequence of first 10 Fibonacci numbers like that, you need to use for loop or while loop for it. For loop is best preferred, or if you are very new and if you don't know how for loop runs, you can use while loop also, but it will be very tricky when you write the code. Simply you can use for loop for it. Even I will suggest it. This is the thing which automates the code for until the digits which I want to find out. For example, if I want to find out the first 10 Fibonacci numbers, then I will keep the count as 10. So then this gives me the first 10 Fibonacci numbers. In the same way, for automating the code, you need to, it is like specifying the count here, and then it will automate until that count. I am starting with 2 here, and then it gets executed until 10. I mean, like 3, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. After getting 10, it gets stopped. Why? Because I will not be, 10 cannot be less than 10. So it gets stopped at that point. In the same way, the code will get executed that many times. This is the basic Fibonacci number. If anyone doesn't understand it, can you please tell me? I can explain it again. Hello.
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay. Okay. Then I have some sample programs here. I will not take much time. Okay, coming to the Armstrong number. This is also one of a small, basic program which IT guys will execute very fastly. The idea behind Armstrong number is if you have a digit, it is like, like in best case, it is like investigating a murder case. For example, I'm having a Fibonacci number like 153. Someone has killed this 153 number and left some hints behind me, like one. Yeah, sorry. Stating, oh my god, what happened? Sorry. Five, 3. They left 3 hints behind me. Why? Because the number I'm stating 3 only because the number count is 3, like 153. So they have left me 3 hints. So as a detective or a CID or CBCID agent, I need to verify what the original, what are these hints represent. So what I will do is with using my genius mind, I will reframe the I will reframe the number by using that hints. But in our case, we are having the formula, but I'm just explaining the things. Don't get misunderstand. As for example, if I have the number 3-digit number, I have to take the power as 3. If I had a 4-digit number, then I have to take the power as 4. It will be more understandable if I write the code. 1 power 3 plus 5 power 3 plus 3 power 3. It is like the formula thing, but I will tell you what the real this is the formula, which if we use the formula, you'll get the result like this. Okay, what the main formula is: first you need to split each digit. You need, for example, if we have a number 1111, and I think the screen size is visible, I think so. Is the screen size visible? Can I zoom it? Well, I'll zoom it. Okay, no problem. For example, if I have a four ones, I need to divide the number into 4 parts. If I have a 5-digit number, then I have to divide the number as a 5 parts, like 1 state, 10 state, 10th place, 100th place, 1000th place, like that. I need to divide each number into each individual number, and then I have to get the number count of it, number count power of it. Like here in this case, it is the 3-digit number. Then I have to give the nth power as 3, like 1 power 3 and 5 power 3 and then 3 power 3. After that, you need to add these sums. Then you will get the final count as the original number. This is the specialty of the Armstrong number. I mean, like if the whichever the number doesn't satisfy the condition, then it is not a Armstrong number. This is the logic behind Armstrong number. To write the code, wait 1 second. Okay, somewhere I'll give it here. This is the formula or logic behind Armstrong number. This is the code for it. Now let me ask any volunteer. Hello, Nagaraju, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I think you had you had listened to my words about this Armstrong number. Now, according to the logic which I have said, can you tell me what happened here?
But the screen is not visible, I think.
Okay. No problem.
Presentation.
Okay. Now is it?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Can I explain the process or code?
No, just this thing.
Okay. Yeah. First we have taken the input as 1 to 3. So we divide the each digit 1, 5, 3. And
Okay. Very
we
good.
take the power of, because it is a 3-digit number. So
Yes,
we take power 3, 1 power 3, 5 power 3, 3 power 3.
Huh.
Summing up in these 3 numbers. And the resultant gives 50.
Yes.
Hello?
Only if the result is equals to the initial number, then it's an Armstrong number. If the result does not equals to the initial number, then it's not an Armstrong number. Only that small correction. Okay, you're very right, Nagaraju. To write the code,
Thank you.
if you understood this logic, you can write the code. I will explain you now. For here in the same scenario, I have taken 153 here. What I did is, in our general mathematics, we can directly split 1, 5, and 3, but in code we cannot directly give the things, right? So for that I have modded the value. Like if I mod 153, I will get 3 here. A gets 3 here, and then I will reduce the n to 15. Why? Because 3 got removed from 153, so I will remove the 3 from it. To perform that, I am dividing the 153 by 10, so 3 gets removed, as 153 divided by 10 gives 15. N gets a value of 15. After getting the value, I am performing the operation. Like this operation here. Initially I got only 3 value. I will cube it, and then I will add it to the I will add it to the count variable. Whenever I get the remaining numbers, even I will do the same process. When the process completed, I will verify it to the initial number. That's what happens here. To specify continue interaction, we are using while loop here. Like if you want to use for loop also, it is like you have to get the sense at which point of view what loops or what things you have to use to get the basic grip on the commands. Like syntaxes and which things we need to use at particular time, you need to code. There is no shortcuts for it. Okay. here, after completing this process, I am checking this count value to the initial value. Here, why I'm comparing with temp is like I have destroyed the initial value. Now, if I compare with the initial value, I will not get the Armstrong number. Why? Because the initial value got destroyed and it will come to one, I think so. I mean, not even one. I'll get 1 0, I think so. So 0 equals to 153 means it will not make any sense. So what I did is, at initially I have copied the variable into temp. So I am checking the initial value as temp now. Or else you can, in place of n, you can use temp and you can use n here. That's your, that's your perspective. Anything is right. So I will check it. If it verifies the condition, it is an Armstrong. If it is not an Armstrong, it will just print that it is not an Armstrong. Okay. This is Armstrong. I hope it is understand. I mean, you understand it. Next.
Yes, we understood it.
Thank you. Next program is Palindrome. I mean, even this is also a basic program which is available in Java T-Point. I mean, I am telling you, even some of your IT students will not cannot do this. I mean, I am frankly speaking, because of the experience which I had with my classmates. I mean, don't think that all IT members can code. Even we have our friends who doesn't even know printing statement also. I mean, I know it. As a non-IT guys, don't feel discouraged about it. It is not like all IT guys are superior than you. Even I have some friends in mechanical and ECE who can code better than our IT toppers. It's like your mode of interest on writing the code that makes you that takes you to the greater position. I mean, don't get discouraged even if you are a non-IT guy. That's what I want to tell you. So it's almost 3:50. Okay, I'll wrap the things. I almost completed. Okay, what's basically a palindrome is like. In my native language, we call it something differently. Okay, it's better if we use palindrome word only. It is like, for example, if I say mom, wait, let me volunteer. Okay, let me take. Can anyone volunteer? Just for one example. Anyone? Please be quick. Okay. Hi, Koti.
Hi.
Okay. I will tell you one example. Then what you'll do is you have to say whether the given thing which I said will be as same if we reverse it. Okay.
Okay.
Mom.
Same thing. Mom, tomato.
Yeah. If I say a dog.
God. God.
Is the same word if we
Different word.
Okay, this is what the basic palindrome the palindrome is. Here we'll write the same code for it. I mean, you all know what a palindrome is, so I'm directly skipping to the coding part. Okay, here you can I'm not giving you an integer type of example because wait, sorry, I mean, you at starting it's better you take only one data time and perform all your operations. As you are a beginner, I am suggesting you that don't at the first time don't explore all the activities. try to restrict yourself to only one data type. If you try to complete that integer data type, then move on to floats, and then move on to data, double, and then later explore characters and strings. Don't at a time, don't try to explore all the data types. It will confuse you. Definitely, I'm telling you that it will confuse you. Okay, so I have taken up only integer type of palindrome here, like 454, 767, like that. So as the same thing which we have done in like Armstrong number, like splitting the each number, the same thing we'll do here also. What we'll do is, even here also we'll split 4, 5 and 4, and then we'll take this ending number as first number, and then we'll keep the next number as like a sequence. So in the same way we'll do it here. I mean, like, our human brain can understand the things which if we generally say, but the program cannot understand. To make it understandable, we have to build one logic behind it. Here what I am doing is, like, I am splitting the number by using mod function. After getting the value, what I am doing is, like, here here if it like, I am increasing the place of it. Like, for example, it is in units place, then I am moving on it to tens place. If another number gets added, then it will move on to the hundreds place. In the same way, I am using the into 10 function, into 10 number, so that it will move on to the next units, next place. Like, here 454, if I use mod, I will get 4. I will move it on to 40, and then I will destroy the initial number, so I will get a 45 here. After getting 45, I will redivide it, and I will get 5 here. So 40 plus, and again we'll get 5 here. So there it will become 450. And then if I redivided it, I will get only 4. So I will directly try to add it to it. So I will get again 454 in a reverse order. That's what happens. In the same case, as I said before, I initially copied the integer into temp. Like, n is a temporary variable. If you want, you can use temporary variable for destruction, and for checking, you can use the initial value. It's your perspective. Everything is right. If you check if it is a valid thing, you can print that is a palindrome, or else you cannot. You can say that it is not a palindrome. Like, if you use characters or a string, then you need to get arrays concepts and some difficult concepts, which you may not understand at beginning. So try to explore it only in integer type, and then floating type, and then double variable. And then if you think that you have mastered these elements, then you can go on for other data types. I hope I think you can understand it. Okay.
Yeah,
Any
it's
queries?
clear, Abhinay. Just continue.
Any queries? I thought of telling you about the remaining IT part within each presentation of Microsoft's and softwares, but maybe the time ran out. Any queries for now?
We can plan one more session, Abhinay, no problem. So for now, let's stick to the timings. And
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's why I stopped. Any queries? If you want, I can summarize it. But first, I will take the questions.
yeah, please fill in the feedback. It's in the chat box. So we'll also circulate in Telegram group and WhatsApp group. So please fill in your feedback and help us understand how the session was useful to you. Any questions? Any queries so far, students? So you can type in the questions in the chat box. So meanwhile, Abhinay, you can conclude the session.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, please go through
First, I have told you about IT part. Hello,
Yes, go ahead.
is my voice audible? I see in a breaking sound.
It's
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 clear.
audible.
Just continue.
Okay, thank you. Okay, first I started with about IT concept. How IT a non-IT student need, if he wants to change his domain, he needs to. This is a basic mind map for you. You can go through it. For slides, you can. I will make the YouTuber team to give the materials accessible in the description. Okay. It's first I have started with basic IT knowledge, where from computer domain to language, I have given a basic mind map, and then I moved on to basic Java. I mean Java and history of a Java, and then didn't really explain much about syntaxes of Java, but I have explained you the logic behind writing every code. If you have this algorithm logic in your head, yeah, I'm frankly telling you, you can get best package than an IT guy. But you have to be very confident with your algorithm. Your algorithm plays a vital role. If you even in a even in real time now, you can get the online syntax builders and all. I mean, like, if you specify the syntaxes and specify the content, it will automatically generate the code. That's not a big issue to write the code, but you have to be much stronger with your algorithm. That's why I have stressed more about algorithm, and explained basic programs regarding Fibonacci, and the code behind Fibonacci. And then I moved on to Armstrong number. I have explained about Armstrong, what an Armstrong number is, and then I moved on to palindrome. I detailedly explained about what a palindrome is and how to write a palindrome code. These three examples I have taken and explained the algorithms behind it. Um, this is what I have done in this session. This is a quick recap. If you want, I'll not take much time. I'll just show you the basic codes which I have done before. Oh, where is this run button? Okay. One second. Where is this? Don't see those errors. I have a small error behind my database. Don't look into it. If you are getting pro into Java, you like Preeti has demonstrated you about GUI concepts. Even the same things can be done in Java too, but the coding level will be very high when you write the lines. Here it is a basic GUI which I have created to, like, a small registration form kind. You can specify the things here. If you specify the things here, it can directly go to database. I currently didn't on my database, so it's showing some error here. uh, if you want to add something, you can add here by pressing the add button, but at background there are some SQL things going ahead. These are the some of the applications which you can implement using Java. There are vast concepts which you can explore. I'm not I will not even everyone, no one will not there to restrict you. It's your mode of interest and your ability to explore the things. But whenever, if you face any issue, we are, as a sandboxers, we are there to help you. Please, if you face any difficulties kind of a thing, please post it in your Telegram groups. So many volunteers are there, they will help you. And finally, I'll thank you for listening. Thank you all for listening to me. I have taken much time, but I think my session will be useful for you. Thank you.
Yeah. So thank you, Abhinay. It was very enlightful, and you have touched all the basics, and it was very useful. I hope students would have understand and found it very useful. And if there are any questions, they'll come back to us through the Telegram channel. And thank you for your time. And students, if there are any further questions, we'll wind up today's session. So do we have any questions before you wind up for today? Yeah, I hope you would have given the feedback to the form in the chat.
Kindly fill the feedback form. It helps us very lot. If we have done any mistakes, it helps us to rectify our mistakes it helps us to give a better content for delivering in the next sessions.
Yeah, and thank you, Abhinay, and thank you, Preeti, also for your time today, for all the homework and presentation, and thanks a lot for coming forward to help. And thank you, students, for joining and making today's session successful. And see you next time. We'll come back to you with the next session. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.